Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's just press play. I'm kind of nervous.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I would like to welcome you to the Sexiest Show on Podcast. I'm your host, Lee.
What else?
AKA Southside Lee on IG.
What else?
And I'm joined by my partner in pod.
Yucks. Earlington Agustas the Great.
AKA.
Let's play a game of just a shaft.
AKA.
Your baby mama's baby daddy.
AKA.
Deep, not soft. And we are
3ThePodWay. And tonight, we're joined by a few special guests. The Podways.
Bedroom bully.
AKA.
Welcome to the humping shop.
AKA.
Sesly, what?
Yo. Chicka chicka yo.
And last but not least.
Hey now. They call me. Oh yeah. West Coast Tenderoni.
AKA.
Tacoma's pretty boy.
AKA.
Chi-Town's #1 slayer.
Whoa. Hey.
B. Griggs. That's the name.
Ordinarily, this is when we would cut the beat off, but I feel like this is one of those occasions where you just vibe out with us for a minute. You hear the
that
snaps.
significant other. Tell him how you miss him.
Ooh.
Tell him that you love him. For one night only.
Oh. Hey.
I love you, Bobby.
I hope you all are celebrating V-Day the way you're supposed to celebrate.
And with that, let's give it up for him.
Man,
But that was intense.
that was special. That was special. I think that's really gonna enhance our women viewership right there.
I hope so.
So as we have said repeatedly, we have hands down the best intro in the game.
Yeah, without a doubt.
We now have the first and second best
I see
intro.
what he did there.
Give it up for us.
Yeah, it's top 5, and we not 3, 4, or 5. I see
Talk to him.
I see what you're doing. Right.
A word from our sponsors.
Follow 3ThePodWay on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Chumps.
Sounds so beautiful, don't you agree?
Yeah. Can you play the kids after an intro like that? Is that I mean, I know it's too late.
Well,
but
This is how you got here.
That's how they got here. Exactly.
okay.
There you go.
All right. Yeah. Oh, one caveat. Don't forget, we're on YouTube as well. I don't know. Some of our listeners may not have transitioned or doubled up, but you get the visuals with the audio pleasure.
If y'all guys aren't aware,
I'm gonna
the show is going to be like
I'm going to talk like this the entire episode, just so we're all clear.
I see where this is going.
Yeah.
So this is also the point in the show, again, just so that everyone's aware of what happens behind the scenes. This is the point in the show where our cameraman makes it his business to somehow be involved yet not involved.
Oh, right. He's gonna start flashing.
He's gonna do something. So his name is gonna appear somewhere.
Yeah.
So be on the look. Yeah. So be on the lookout for that. It's gonna be somewhere in this region.
Somewhere around.
So in case you missed it last week, moving forward,
who filmed it. Yeah. Just to be clear, though, he's booked and busy, so I don't even know why he does that, right?
But we just wanted. Hey, matter of fact, let's give it up for him.
Hey, he's got one client, and that's it. He's no room for anyone else.
So, as we typically do here, how's everyone's week been?
Spectacular, man. Fabulous. Got some fun activities planned. So yeah, it's good. It's a great week.
Oh, okay. How about yourself?
Man, for me, man, I think I touched on it a couple episodes back they actually started working on my garage.
Okay.
The two car joint, right? Or is that the 3? Did you have them add a door? Because you had what, 4 cars, 3? No, we'll talk about that.
Yeah. We'll discuss that offline. As
We don't want to know. It's probably good you're the voice because if they saw you and they run, you might have people running up on you. Yeah.
Ain't you from 3ThePodWay?
Right.
Nah, but yeah, so that's probably been my highlight of the week, man. Outside of work, fam stuff, man. They definitely started working on my garage.
Man.
They got to come back and finish it, the electrical part of it tomorrow morning. So.
because your joint's automatic. It's not like the manual garage. You got the button. We just trying to get the visuals just for the listeners. They need the visuals to see how we living.
How we
Opulence. You right. I have a driveway like a park. I just park on the street, but that's neither here nor there.
How was your week?
Yeah.
Well, before we get to me, we do have a special guest.
Yes. Yeah.
How y'all doing?
Yeah, without the voice,
the
King.
West Coast.
Yeah.
What's got the West Coast slang?
The West Coast Tenderoni.
You call yourself that, or did somebody give you that name?
I think I called it. Well, I don't want to talk about
Did you earn it, or it was
that could be personal.
This is not a
No. I'm gonna help him. I'm gonna help him out. I got it. I see what you're doing.
He's
There.
dancing.
Please introduce yourself. Yeah, let everyone know who you are.
My name is Ben Grigsby. Benjamin. It's the
he gives government.
Yeah.
All right.
So look me up, dog.
Do I call the Tenderoni? Because I can. The West Coast Tenderoni.
Okay.
Hey man, welcome to the show, man.
I appreciate it.
Yikes.
So back to my line of questioning. Did you earn that name? How'd you get it? Is that a street name?
In the streets, they may or may have not.
Okay.
I don't want to incriminate anybody.
Okay.
I'm a family man now.
Okay, I
so,
see what you did. Okay, right. You're different.
I have
We
since
changed.
transitioned.
Okay. All right. Cool.
All right. So as we traditionally,
You want me to ask you?
no, it's fine.
Okay.
it's fine.
I did technically ask him,
Yeah,
but then he.
I become accustomed to not being asked that question.
How was your week, bro?
It was okay.
That's why that's why we don't ask you, yo. That's why. That right there.
I understand. I don't. Right. I understand.
Keep getting suckered into that, man.
So we traditionally start with the recap, and so where do we start?
Well, we have the recapper here.
A recapper, right? We have a recapper.
I one of your comments was
Big fan
in
of the
reference
show.
to thank you, in reference to Black History Month, and since the resurgence, I don't want to call it that, but since the presence of the Black Lives Matter movement, you've noticed that there's been a kind of
very strong,
pushing of
very strong
of blackness everywhere.
Everywhere you go, whether it's from media to places where you work, there is just a very strong push of Black history. And I'm not gonna want to complain about it because I'm glad at least it's happening.
Right.
But it's not organic.
Yeah, I agree. We spoke about this and we've touched on this in past in previous episodes, but it feels almost as if it's pandering, right?
Right.
Because now every retailer has. We support Black Lives and Black Lives Matter. Even recently on all of my banking and whatever site I'm going on, basically I see something referencing Black history. So they started early this year too. It was as of the 1st, right at midnight. So I wonder how long, if this goes all 28 days, or if they shut that down a little early. They may run out of pictures. Like, who else we got?
That's funny.
I'm all out of ideas here.
Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman. So once you run out of those pictures,
I think
where they gonna go?
One of the banks I used, they had Madam C.J. Walker.
Wow,
right? Which but that applies, right? Because money. So that was
I see what they did there.
Okay.
that was the only catch, or at least that's what I assumed why they had her up there. So that's my assumption.
Yeah, to me, it's not organic, and I feel like our beautiful history is kind of getting lost in the sauce because of that. Since those that aren't our persuasion or what have you, they're looking at it as that's great.
So I think to a degree, what we're saying is that we need more emphasis on telling our own stories.
Yes.
I think that we are inching towards that with the way that YouTube is leveraged, the way that these other mediums are being presented to where you can get your visuals and your poems and, you know, your songs and things like that out. There's just a much broader platform base for us to be able to do that. But there needs to be more of an emphasis because, like you said, if you leave it in the hands of corporate entities, it has that feel of selling. Yeah. Right. So not that it's not genuine per se, but it seems like a pitch or an ad as opposed to an actual like genuine gesture, if you will.
I mean, at the end of the day, when you think about these big corporations, I feel like they definitely have some type of monetary undertone to it, right? They definitely looking to, I mean, if you wouldn't be a good businesswoman or businessman if you don't capitalize on a situation, right?
That's true.
I mean, sad to say that we
just happen to be the ones.
Exactly. Like
that
you're doing it because of us, right? But you can, and we can, and I don't want to drop no retailers, but a brand that we frequent buying, right? Where you had a situation where it didn't come in,
I don't know if I want to be connected to this brand.
All right. But just to say that, like, I mean, I've seen a lot of their merchandise that have went out in the the past 6-7 months, right? Has been quite high. Like, I'm getting a lot of these messages like, hey, we got this sale dropping $9.99 for 2 shirts or whatever the case is, but and it's all centralized around obviously the Black History movement and
got you. I see what you're
Black Lives Matter and everything like that. So, I mean, if you're a good business, you're going to capitalize on it. But like you said, Ben, like it's definitely doesn't feel as organic because so many people are hopping on the train now more so than before.
Well, let me ask this then. That being the case, does that dissuade you from buying products from these companies because you feel that lack of sincerity or authenticity from them? Does it stop you from purchasing products or engaging with that?
I mean, for me, I'm not a big shopper anyway, and I kind of wear the same 3 things every single day.
Don't say that all right.
All jokes. But
do you wash your jeans?
Do I have to answer that?
Never mind.
But I do want to start pushing towards more Black brands. But those different corporations that I do more frequent, while they are kind of pandering to that, it sucks because I'm following into that trap. But I do still. I'm going to.
All right, so real quick at a high level to offer sort of alternative analysis.
Wait. What did you just say?
Really quickly at a high level.
My man is Stephen A. Smith over there.
What's wrong? What did I say?
He do got his sweater on though.
My apologies. My apologies. I didn't mean to interrupt your soliloquy.
Would you? I think I lost my train of thought. Oh, would you be upset if they didn't do it? Right? Like, is it?
Good question.
I mean, they're doing it, right? It's an attempt. Is that better than nothing?
That's why I, in my little comment that I put, I said, I'm happy that they're at least doing it because something is better than nothing.
Right.
While it is pandering to a certain demographic, I would rather, I would rather them put it out there because, in a lot of honesty, our own people don't know our own history.
Yeah,
facts.
We talked about that.
So for them to at least put it out there, somebody who may not know something could learn something that day.
For sure.
Oh, I didn't know that. So I'm glad at least they're doing it. I just wish it was a more organic feel to it.
Gotcha.
For some reason, this does cause me to ask, and I wasn't prepared to ask this question, but it's just screaming at me. Harriet Tubman potentially ending up on
the dub,
the
$20 bill.
Dub.
How do you feel about that?
Yikes!
I know that's on the spot, but like, do you have thoughts about that?
I mean, to Ben's point, though.
Yeah, go ahead, voice, because I have differing opinions within myself.
I got you, but no, I think to Ben's point and to even Earth's point, when he stated like, can we be mad that they're at least doing something, right? But I think at this day and age, right, and where we're at, it's sad to say that any hint towards acknowledgement of our quote unquote historical figures, right? Mm-hmm. that we've put out there that have been, you know, portrayed as, you know, our matriarchs and patriarchs of this of our movement or whatnot, right? Do we say no to it because we feel like it's done just because, you know, for clickbait, for sales, for stuff like that? But I think in not necessarily devil advocates type of shoe or setting, like, would we, like you said, be mad if they didn't acknowledge us at all, and then we still be, you know, fighting for a seat, right, or fighting for a voice, or fighting to be seen or heard, whatever the case is? Like, at least I think at this juncture we're a conversation, right? We're at least being talked about.
I mean, we've been here for, you know, 400 years. And,
longer than that, though.
And dealing with, you know, civil rights since, for 50, 60 years. But to answer your question about Harriet Tubman being on the $20 bill, my thoughts are, I'm happy that there is a black face on the $20 bill. And I don't want to take away from Harriet Tubman's accomplishments and what she's done. I just feel as though that they could have chose a different black face, right? Because the people on the money on the $20 bill, historically have been like white men in leadership positions, or who have done historic things to move the country forward, right? And again, not taking away from Harriet Tubman's accomplishments, but I feel like the image of her doesn't align with the money, right? So I think there were plenty of strong black women in history. I just mentioned Madam C.J. Walker, right? Who may fit better, right? Because it's money, right? And she made financial gains in this country, and she was dressed well, right? Harriet Tubman was a slave, so they have her. She's not in, like, you know, a shirt and tie. She's in a bandana, and, you know, so it's like, yes, I appreciate it.
It's almost what they call a backhanded compliment.
Right, exactly. It's a compliment, but we'll give you the, you know, and that's not to say she's not the worst image, but, you know, an image to remind you of where you came from, right? Nothing to bring light and power to this money, right? It feels like that's what it feels like.
So the argument has floated around and could be made, even though he is still currently living, Obama. Right.
Okay. Yeah, he's the president. He's black. It makes sense.
It's too soon to consider him.
He has time to mess up. Right. So maybe I'm just saying, maybe that's why. Right.
Okay.
But again, there were, and it doesn't have to. And I'm cool with it, especially being a woman. Right. I'm cool with that. But again, there were other
especially
women.
You being a woman.
I said it. The 20 on the her being a woman on the 20. I'm transitioning. Her being the image on the 20, but I just think there were other women who also made impacts, which would bring a more joyful memory to that. If I'm being honest, right?
Okay. You also wanted to correct us on.
Oh yeah, that was me
on a point that we made last week.
One of our partners in pod hit up The Voice and I guess enlightened us. I said last week, Ben Carson, I stated that he was the first black or he did the first successful open heart surgery. Yeah. So we had to do our Googles. And actually he separated Siamese twins.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So shout out to Dr. Nas, man. He hit me up on the side, or he watched, like I said, he's one of our faithful listeners and followers, right? And he hit me up on Tuesday and told me that we in fact made a mistake. Yeah. And, you know, we're human, dog. We're not, you know, ashamed of our flaws or our mistakes or mishaps or whatnot, right? But Dr. Ben Carson was, like you said, was the first African American to successfully separate conjoined twins at the head, right?
All right, gotcha.
And I mean, it was successful in the sense that when he initially did it, right, they were still alive, breathing. But it was later found out, like later on down the road, they still had complications because it was attached at the brain, you know, things of that nature. You know, that synapses and everything started to mess up. But it's a good thing to know, though, that even though we made that mistake, it was still first an African American that actually did the first successful open heart surgery.
Just wasn't Ben Carson, right?
Exactly. It wasn't Ben Carson. It was Dr. Daniel Hill Williams.
Gotcha. All right. So
yeah,
we still doubled up.
Yeah, let's give it up.
I was a half truth, half that.
You was a halfie. then I shout them out, man. So appreciate our partners at Pod for
for sure.
always chiming in and letting us know that they're listening and they got info for us.
So we are coming up on we're coming up on a
special day.
A special day.
Yeah, to say the
special
least.
day, if you will. Seemingly, you would think it's a national holiday.
It is.
It is.
It is.
It is.
not?
It's a national holiday.
I thought it was.
It is celebrated around the nation.
Right. It's celebrated everywhere on a particular day.
Yeah.
And the day that we are referencing is February 14th, Valentine's Day. Now, with that being said, the minute you hear me say Valentine's Day, what is your first thought? And we'll go around the room quickly. What's your first thought when you hear Valentine's Day?
I hear people say Valentine's with an M. That's my first thought.
Okay. What's the first thing you hear?
Broke.
Okay. What's the first thing you think of?
Frustration.
Frustration.
Yikes.
What do you think of?
I don't know where this is going.
This is gonna be
But
okay.
since we're here,
Being honest, I'm being honest.
Yikes! That's
hold on.
awesome.
Is this the point in the show where we should maybe have one of those caveats, like the thoughts expressed are Benjamin
what's your name again?
Griggs alone?
The Seattle Slayer. What would you call yourself?
Tenderoni.
Oh, whatever. Whatever.
The Tacomas. Like, what is something?
He had a bunch of names.
So,
okay, your views are not ours.
So
In short,
so what we're gonna do is maybe we take a stroll down memory lane real quick,
Okay.
and then we'll get into let's get into
Let's
that.
hear this.
Yeah, let's get into it.
feelings.
So growing up, what's your first Valentine's Day memory?
those cards that you get in school,
Exactly. I
right,
was
with
about
the
to say the same
candy,
thing.
Right.
and you write your name on a joint, and
Right.
you hand it out. Usually, a teacher give it to you, but you see the joint, you pass it to
and
her.
the teacher made you get one for everybody.
Yeah.
Right, right.
So even if you didn't
Nobody-
like them.
right? So nobody was left out, right? So
right.
you came to school with that big bag,
Right, you had 60 lollipops when
Right.
you left. Yeah,
Right.
Sweet tarts.
because you couldn't leave anybody out, right? So,
yeah.
man,
You was that
Who'd
guy.
you leave out? Who'd you leave out?
I didn't leave out anybody.
Oh, but you got left out.
got left out.
This is frustrating.
now
Let's
the
unpack
plot
this. Now we get it.
No.
What happened?
That's
Tell us
why it's
about
frustration.
It.
That's
Yeah,
what it
we
is.
get it.
That started at a very
What
young
happened?
age.
It's okay. It's a safe space. Go ahead, you can tell us. Nah, you can tell us.
If a single tear comes out, I'm sorry.
Thug Tear. What was
Okay.
her name? Let's start there. And be gentle. It was look. She was a child. She didn't.
No.
She
We,
didn't mean it like
do we need her name?
Because these are real people.
Oh, she might remember you.
These are real people.
Okay. So tell us
Again,
the story.
these are not the views of.
So what happened? Yeah. So what happened in this situation?
I mean,
What grade were you in? Let's go there.
third grade.
Third grade. Okay. It's a pivotal.
There's a
that's
third grade
pivotal
story, and I have a this was in a seventh grade story.
Oh my! I'm sorry, man.
I've been hurt.
Let's start with the third grade. Let's get through this together.
Third grade. This was my first big crush.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Don't laugh. Don't laugh.
hear the
don't
hurt.
laugh. Stop. Don't
in my
laugh.
back.
Don't
All
laugh. Do not laugh. Come on. We need this. Hey, we're recording, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did. I had a really big crush on this young lady in the third grade, Miss Fair's class.
Okay.
She knows who she is.
Listen.
You didn't see me at the lunch table on that day.
Hey, the fact that this is detailed as it is so far, this is pain. Hey, L. Zoom in. Go ahead. Make sure you
Get the
all
tear,
that.
get the
Yeah,
tear.
Get all that.
Go ahead.
So of course, like you're in elementary school, so you're passing around the little gifts and all that. But for me, since I had this big crush on this young lady, I thought I would do something special. So, of course, my little card had a little extra in it.
Ooh.
Give it a dollar bill, that fresh joint.
Well, it wasn't a dollar bill, but
Give her two sweet
like
tarts.
little extra candies and a little stuffed animal that I paid for.
So that
You
she,
had a stuffed?
so that she could differentiate your love from the rest of the class.
From the rest of the class.
From the rest of the
Yo,
class.
your game was that elevated. You was pulling on stuffies. In the third grade, bro.
like that was on another level. That the West Coast Tenderoni.
Yeah, I see. Yikes.
But so of course, you pass out the little gifts, and I did mine to this young lady,
Right.
and she just looked and smiled. and that was it.
Damn,
no, thank you.
She didn't say thank you.
No, just looked and smiled, and that was it.
But maybe it was a different smile.
Yeah.
Well, but the other bad thing was because I was in competition with my man's.
Oh, so you mean your man
not
was
really
getting
your man.
after
Nah, he not your
But
homie.
he, was in another classroom.
Damn, he bagged your joint from another class.
So,
that's hurt.
I
Fourth
found
period
out
math.
that. Well, it hurt though. but
So did she end up giving him a different response?
yes.
Oh, that's the
there's
pain.
layers to it. yo.
L.
Man.
Two men.
Man.
I'm gonna keep asking. So, when did you find out?
Oh, I found out immediately. This,
Because your boy, he rubbed it in your face.
Well,
he was
no,
happy.
because you do that and then you go to recess, like right after you give out the little
Right.
gifts.
So now they're together.
So my man was holding hands.
They're
Oh,
together now.
yeah, recess.
Oh man.
So really, you slimy. You was trying to get at your man girl the whole
Nah,
time.
we was in competition. Like this was
clearly
this-
it wasn't
Yeah, I lost.
this is the definition of game over.
I took my first L.
Checkmate.
I took my L.
So how did that make you feel?
So that immediately was I went to the basketball courts and gave him a triple double.
I
that
bet.
day.
Yeah, I bet.
So let's skip to the next instance. This was the next instance
Yeah,
was
seventh grade,
Seventh
right?
grade, and
so pretty much you had just if I'm going from a timeline standpoint, you probably had just gotten over it. Sixth grade, you're like, you know what?
It took him 4 years.
He's like, you know what? I'm gonna bounce back. This is gonna be my year. Lucky number 7. It couldn't happen again.
Okay.
That was the past. I was a boy then.
Right. but
I'm a man now.
Because
I
he
thought I had
probably just hit
Right.
young puberty and all that.
Yeah. So talk us through this
walk
tragedy.
through this.
I mean,
Let's unpack
middle
this.
school,
I mean, this moment.
This is in at Cedar Crest Junior High.
Man, you still
dropping that
remember
low.
all of it.
What was the teacher's name?
Oh, wasn't this was different classes then.
I told you, mod 4 math, dog.
Wow.
Lunch period. We had the same lunch period
In front of everybody?
So I braved up my little soul and walked over to the little girls' table, where they sat,
Right.
and tried to talk my little talk.
Right.
During
lunch?
my little talk didn't go nowhere.
This is the same chick?
Nah,
not
I
the same.
had moved on. I thought I
got you.
Right.
upgraded and elevated.
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
Well, clearly-
question, because we got to
I
set
don't
the
know. I
stage.
don't
So
wanna say that.
it's a table.
elevate
It's a
the
table full.
She
It's a
down
table
too.
full of young ladies.
Young ladies.
Honeys.
And did you approach by yourself?
Of course.
You were destined to fail.
What you mean?
You were destined to fail.
Did you identify the alpha in the group?
Right.
And make her
Yeah.
comfortable?
Yeah. What was your plan?
Yeah.
I was just gonna go and
You were destined to
Yeah,
fail.
yeah.
So you interrupt that conversation like, yo, what's up?
I mean, I didn't think it like that. I mean, I was, 13,
No, you just wait.
You
You
gotta have
just
a
talking
plan,
about your
dog.
elevated game
Yeah,
in
I don't
third
understand.
grade.
Now you backing
don't
out.
try to-
Yeah, don't cop a
Well,
plan.
in middle school, I was one of the popular kids in middle school.
Okay, according to who? You?
No, according to
I'm asking you. Gotta be clear.
I was one of because in middle school I thought I was
The honey bagger. That's what
And
they was
so,
calling
Man. I was a multi-sport athlete in middle school. I mean, it's middle school, so of course,
Yeah. Athlete.
that don't mean nothing.
Well, you wouldn't have said it if it didn't mean anything.
Well, okay.
It meant everything.
Well, in middle school, you think it does. Like,
Right,
you're the popular kid.
We have to ask. Did you play?
Yes. No. I started.
Okay. All right. Cool. No. You
Yeah,
don't
that's always a good
you don't have to
question.
get offended. It's just a question we have to ask.
Okay, so no, we got to get to the heart of the story.
So,
okay, seventh grade.
Walk
to the table.
Walk to the table. I'm thinking I'm that guy.
Right,
So
multi-sport athlete starter.
3-sport. Start.
Letterman jacket.
Go ahead.
So I went and said my little 2 cents to this young lady, and and once again,
Hold on, said
How
no.
did she say no? Like how was
Yeah.
it? What were the exact words? I know you remember.
she was
You still replay them now? Every February 14th.
Yo.
Hey, what's wrong with you?
chill, we gotta
Hey,
get this out.
hey, what's wrong with
just
you?
leave me alone.
Nothing.
Stop. He's never gonna come back, guys. Like he's never coming back. Yo, we have to stop doing
You're
it.
right. You're right.
Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. We're listening.
Yes.
We're here to support.
so
What did she say?
What did she say?
How did she say no?
she said, oh, Ben, I think you're a sweet guy, but I'm talking to
your man.
Hey, you gotta check your circle, bro. Your circle different.
There's no way that could happen twice.
Your circle is different.
Hey man, it's,
All right, cool.
I know this is you. It's not
look,
them.
It's you. I know this is not what you wanted to hear, but let's give it up for him. Hey, listen.
Yikes! That takes courage, yo.
For whatever it's worth, I appreciate you sharing your pain on the pod. And
we shouldn't have laughed that hard.
No, because I heard a lot of laughter there. There was no.
Hey, L. Did we get all that? Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, we're going viral. Okay. All right. So Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
It's a great day.
Is it?
Okay.
Is Valentine's Day? So now we're gonna get into we're gonna have God talk.
Okay.
That's
Right,
God talk.
right.
We're gonna have a conversation.
Okay.
Imagine these cameras aren't here.
Okay.
And these mics don't exist. Just talk. Valentine's Day.
Yeah. What's that?
Is it a shared holiday?
Absolutely not.
No.
For who?
And period. Oh no.
So Valentine's Day is not a holiday shared
never been.
equally by both the man and the woman. It's not.
Same way Ben got shut down by that young lady.
Right.
Like I think Valentine's Day is nice,
Right.
but it ain't for us, right? It's not for you.
Okay. Why do you feel like that?
Well, marketing, it's marketed towards women. Let's start
Right.
there.
It's
Geared
right?
towards
Right.
The man, whoever the man is,
Right.
has designed that holiday to be for women. They offer you bears, teddy bears, stuff,
Jewelry.
all
Right.
everything with hearts on
Candy hearts.
candy, chocolate hearts,
Right.
flowers.
Flowers, yep. Can't forget
Right.
that.
Yeah, they not offering PS5s. They not offering new engines. They not offering none of
a whole car.
Right, right.
What's that car now looking
Yeah,
like?
they
Don't
not
worry
offering
about that.
basketball tickets for Valentine's Day. None of that. So it's not.
So you're
geared
saying
towards-
the mentality is already based on
yeah, we
marketing.
set up to lose already.
Okay.
Based off marketing.
How about
the
you?
machine.
No, I totally agree. Like, I mean, if you're thinking about like what a man's standpoint is, right, it's always to take care and nurture, right? So I guess they honing in on that fact, right? And like the female or the one that's in the relationship that wants to be catered to or deserves to be catered to. Shout out to all the women.
I see
Shameless plug.
He's soft.
plug.
You soft.
What?
We said if it was us and nobody was listening.
Oh, so this is not recorded. Okay, here's
right.
It's like nah.
That's funny.
But nah, I think I agree wholeheartedly with what you said, man. It's definitely catered towards the females, though.
Yeah.
So 2 for not a shared holiday.
It's absolutely not a share. It's never been and never will be a shared holiday. Ever. Ever, never, ever, ever, never.
Now, let me ask: Would you have a different perspective if you were one out of those two? If you had at least got one of those two, would you still have it?
Nah, I still feel the same way.
Okay.
I mean, it's it was already said it by the voice. It's catered for the ladies specifically.
Right.
There's nothing that I shouldn't say nothing because
Get a teddy bear out of it.
Yeah, some guys like teddies, like teddy bears.
So let me ask it this way: Is there a way to make it a shared holiday?
There you go. That's a good question.
I mean,
You opening the door
I
now.
feel like that's something that the ladies got to answer. Like, can they? I don't wanna say
Reciprocate.
step up to the plate, but just
This is good
Again,
guy talk. This is
again,
locker room
these
talk.
are the
for sure.
views.
Hey, we going viral.
We got some gold right
This
here.
is the one.
Hey, he needs to come
Hey,
back.
this is the one.
Yeah. So what do you mean? Can they step up to the plate? Speak your mind. Let's hear it.
Hold on. Let me ask this.
Yikes.
What would a gift for a male on Valentine's Day look like? Like ideally, right? What would a male want to receive? You mentioned a PS5. So what would be a good male gift on Valentine's Day? Let's help the ladies out. What would be a
Help
good
them
gift?
step up to the plate.
Right.
I mean, it is basketball
And something
season.
that you can say on this podcast. That's the caveat. Right.
I mean, it is basketball season.
Okay.
A hoop game.
Trip to the All-Star game.
Oh, that would be dope. I've been trying to go.
Talking about this year?
Yeah. Unless again, you go down there and somebody takes
All-Star game.
Yeah, so
That's true.
you got to be careful.
You lose her to an all-star.
Right.
So you got part 3.
Right.
So what would you ideally like to receive for a gift?
I mean, I think there are tons of gifts, right? Men are we're not a monolith, right?
Facts.
We're
I
multifaceted.
like how you threw that in there.
All right, some men like
I really want to
sports.
ask you to define it. I'm sorry. I want to ask you to define it, but I'm gonna let you.
Some
proceed.
men like sports. Some men do like jewelry.
Right.
I could go for a nice Rolex or something like
Damn,
that.
y'all getting
Okay.
Rolexes?
Okay.
Just you throw it out there
Day?
and see what sticks.
I
Right?
see y'all get jackets, but I ain't got no Rolex.
I don't want to tie. I don't want to tie.
I
But
see what you did there. That was
yeah,
good.
jewelry.
That boy good. Yeah.
Whatever you're into, your
Right.
man is into. You get him that.
Okay. Did you have anything to add, like what you would like to get on Valentine's Day? 'Cause
I would
you-
like a nice
You've been over
jacket.
there chuckling the whole time.
I need a nice jacket, like a firm press, right? You know,
Okay, like
fit real snug.
crushed velvet looking.
Yeah, like with red soliloquy. Yeah.
okay, all right.
It didn't match.
Lee, what would you enjoy? What do you think is a good
That you haven't already
gift?
received.
Actually, just the company of my lady.
Y'all going
He good.
Y'all going out on this.
Luther Vandross, dog.
Wasn't this supposed to be guy talk? Right?
Damn.
Quiet
But that's how I feel. That's all I need.
Oh, he's good.
What?
Hey, I don't know. I got.
What did I say? Hey,
Ben,
so
do you have a follow up? That's the question. Do you have a
Yikes, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
so
He's a keeper right
the
there.
question is, when you do give these gifts now, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to frame the question. I don't want to lead the witness, right? Are you looking to receive something? So the gift, the Valentine's Day being positioned the way that it is,
You want to give back.
Yes. If I'm
you want a gift back.
Yes.
You expect a gift
I
back
expect. If I'm giving
Same value that you were providing.
to the same degree that you provide,
mean,
right? So if you give I don't know, let's go with
a flower, candy, card,
I want that same energy.
and what else would you get? Like a necklace.
I mean, if I'm giving, dinner.
Oh, and dinner, right? You gotta pay for
that. Nice gift. All that. Give me that same energy back. I love me down.
Now it is there is a variable though, right? Because you don't know what the gift is until the gift is actually presented. True. Right? So what if it wasn't an oversight? I'm playing devil's advocate here. What if it wasn't an oversight? What if it was just a mismatch of energy, right? Because maybe you're thinking you're going hard this year. And maybe this year it's like, well, you know what? I'm gonna do a little something, and the energies of the gift don't match. Do you take that personal?
I think it might.
Could it be taken personal? I don't want to make it personal.
Yeah, it could be.
It can
Right.
be.
I mean,
Could
but
it be
I would think it's some similar to if we're making it equal, right? If all
Right.
things are equal, it would be something similar to Christmas, right?
Okay.
We both give each other gifts. They're typically, within range of one another. We know what each other likes and what each other wants. So you would think Valentine's Day would follow suit.
And that's where I guess a lot of my frustration comes from, because back in my younger years,
Yeah, we're listening. We're listening.
the younger years, high school, all that kind of stuff. Like I was a gift giver, and I was bringing, that high energy.
Okay.
And
So 7th grade
7th grade wasn't
turned
just,
you into what happened in the 3rd and 7th grade turned you into a madman on Valentine's Day.
like it's gonna work.
You was like, look,
You elevated.
Hey, listen, if I can't win the right way, I'm gonna spend my way, and I'm gonna win some kind of way.
Hey, Big Ben's allowance was nice.
yeah,
I see what's
Cut
going
that
on,
shit.
right?
You cutting a lot of loans back then though, because I wasn't getting that bread like that.
Well, I had some extra.
Okay, talk to him.
Talk
That money talk. But okay, so you're looking to receive a gift at the same level.
I mean, yeah, I think like at least an oil change or something, right? She could slide under there and
Stop, dog. All right. See, now you're
some
reaching.
WD-40 or something.
You're reaching, dog.
That's too much.
An oil change?
Hey, man.
You got an overall score too?
Now
Show me you love me.
we're creeping into what happens prior to Valentine's Day could very well determine what your gift ends up being.
That's for sure.
So if you just so happen to, I don't know, get into an argument like the week of, your gift could reflect.
and your gift could be returned.
Yikes.
The real gift, right? Right. So
you don't never know the difference.
So in that regard,
Okay.
So in that regard, does your current relationship state
State of your relationship.
determine what type of gift you're willing to offer?
I think it does.
Yeah.
Indirectly, directly.
No, it's directly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot it's a safe place.
Yeah.
Directly.
Yeah.
It definitely plays a part in it, man. Right? Because, like you said, like if leading up to it, like you guys aren't on the same page for whatever reasons, right?
Right.
You might have an extra 100, 200 to drop, right? And it's like, I'm gonna get you something extra, right? To go along with the outfit, go along with the shoe, or whatever you have planned, right?
But instead, you keep it in the closet and
Exactly.
you
It's like,
return
man,
it
you
the
know
next
what,
day.
man? Yeah, exactly. He's like, I gotta run to the store. I gotta get some gas.
Not speaking from experience, just heard the story.
And the next day, hey, what time tomorrow open? 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I bet we did.
Yeah.
But I think your energy definitely pushes what gift you get or what gift you don't get.
So that Gucci bag could turn into a. I don't even want to say it.
Nah, unless you
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
But you know what I'm trying to say.
You got me a 9 West bag.
Right.
Whoa,
right.
we said we're not.
Yeah,
My
they
bad, my
might
bad.
they
Hey,
might have wanted to
So-
sponsor.
Views are
I've been
all
petty.
So
hypothetical.
So you play petty is
I've
what you
been Petty
said.
Jackson before.
Petty Jackson.
Petty
Okay. Now
Jackson.
what does that mean in this regard?
I mean the same thing where leading into because I'll call my own self out. I'm an arguer.
No, it's fine. We here.
I enjoy.
Yeah, we here. It's just us.
It's just us.
Just us.
Yeah.
Just making sure it's just us. Is it being recorded?
No.
No. The recorder broke.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
But yeah, I call myself out. I like to argue
Like on purpose.
on purpose.
Like leading up to holidays,
I have done that,
especially V-Day, because you know it's not for
certain
you.
holidays
That aren't for you.
that just irk me.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
will throw a little sauce into the atmosphere.
Okay.
Just to
Because you don't feel like it.
You bored that day. You just woke up. Feel like talking.
and but then I do realize at the end of the day, I have to make that better because I love my baby to
That's good. I see what that's good.
to all the
He's
world
good.
and back,
Bring it back.
So I want to keep her happy, but generally that happens after
the fact.
and so I can go on my record track of continuing to make sure that Valentine's Day is not for me.
So let me
It's wrong, but
let me ask, do you, like you say, you've messed up during or before.
Currently.
Yeah, like, yikes, I'm scared for you. Do you feel like that because like your relationship, I'm assuming you spread love all year round, right?
A wooden spoon, dog.
So why would you need to just show extra love on this day if you already show love all year?
Felt that.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day needs to be 365, 366 on a leap year. So why do I got to have a specific day to tell you that I love you?
Like you said that.
So let's ask the question this way.
Mm-hmm.
Does not going as hard on Valentine's Day discredit the other signs of showing love that you showed any other day that wasn't Valentine's Day?
It shouldn't, but it does. I'm sure it does.
I mean, I figure if I go a little bit lesser on Valentine's Day, so I'll speak for me personally. My lady, she is big on birthdays, so I try.
So you wild out on that day.
So wild out on the birthday.
So what you've done, King, is you've identified her. You've identified her love language.
Speak to it. Speak to it.
And you address what you know her love language responds to.
That is my
Go with
goal.
it. Go with
That's
it.
good.
Go with
Yeah,
it.
you're good,
I
man.
always
Yeah,
try
yes.
to give her what she wants on the birthday, and
Because that's important to her.
it is, and that in turn has gotten me in trouble, a couple of times because there's, in my mind, I'm like, oh, she really wants this,
Right.
And I forced that, and
Right.
like that backfires. But I'll try to go extra hard on.
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Do me a favor. Don't say force and then extra hard in the same segment. Yeah, just
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
bring it back.
That's good. Good
Bring
one.
it back
Out
a
of
little
control.
bit.
That's
Yeah.
my fault. I'll take
Yeah,
that one.
yeah, yeah.
I'll take that one.
So if we had to ask, based on the conversations about the gift, like we're kind of tossing that back and forth, right? What would you think for a female is the perfect gift? And it's going to be different, right? Mm-hmm. So I mean, I don't expect us to have the same answer, but what do you view as the perfect Valentine's Day gift? Because we're also here to help educate, maybe
the listener,
or give them ideas, if you will,
right? Okay, so go ahead, voice. I see this. I see it bubbling. He like a kid in class, like me. Go ahead, voice. Go ahead, line it up.
So yeah,
here we go. Yeah, you about to hurt him.
It's like nah, but no, I think to everybody's point, you gotta know your partner, right? Like you gotta know what their love language is, as you spoke to earlier, Lee. Like you gotta.
Hey man, that's mine.
I'm agreeing with you.
That was mine. Go ahead.
Let's use how to go back. Use how to double down.
Brother, you got to get your own.
You took that.
But now, I guess depending on your partner, what gets them happy or makes them feel appreciated, so to speak, right?
Right.
Not if it's just a birthday, just in general, whatever gifts or attention, time, because not everything is like an actual gift, right? And I know in the past, time has definitely been brought up a lot in my relationships, right? So giving or gifting that time, knowing when you could just be sitting down watching ESPN or just chilling in your little zone, right? If she's upstairs cooking or doing whatever, right? Something random, even if you don't want to do it, just pop in your head like, hey, what's up? Chilling there for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is.
You got a timer? I'm asking.
It depends if the game is coming on at 7.
We're educating the listeners. That's all it is.
You got to be strategic, right?
So the game comes on at 8. You popping upstairs about 7:35. And you out of there. And you out of there by 7:55.
Pregame comes in. They got to warm up, shoot around the layup line and everything. They got to do the anthem or whatever, right? So you got some time,
right?
So you playing. You don't care about the first 10 buckets, right?
Wow.
He's serious.
He seems very serious.
Hey, I love
like
you.
This has been executed.
The Super Bowl on Sunday, right?
Yikes.
Do you have a
perfect Valentine's Day for a young lady, fellas listening? This is great advice, right?
Who said it was good?
This is what we call a.
This is just relationship 101
goals right here.
Right.
This is 101. Actually, this 103. This is a little elevated.
Give it to him. Give it to him. Yeah.
Take notes,
fellas.
Put the jacket on.
Get your lady. You take her out to dinner or you cook at home.
Okay. And I know you like to cook. You enjoy cooking. Okay.
Little see her favorite food, whatever that is, right?
What if you can't cook? Like
that's what I'm saying. Then what you would do is.
Wait,
I'm putting you on the game. This for the guy who can't cook. I'm speaking. I just needed you as a
the sacrificial lamb. Okay, I get it.
Somebody to talk to, right? So you would, gentlemen who can't cook, you would order a chef to come into your house and cook.
I got money.
See what I'm saying?
Seriously,
I got money.
No, it's just a little player talk. So you order a chef to come into the house and cook. My cameraman said, "Look over here," so I'm gonna look over here. Okay. Favorite food. You bring a chef to the crib. Okay. Buy her a favorite candy as well, maybe something sweet, a little tart. You buy her some lingerie, okay? Yeah, you got to put that in there. That's for you. It's a sly gift, but it's low key for you, okay? We'll order a movie because you can't go out anywhere. Something not too notebookish, but not too like menace to society, right? Somewhere in the middle. you know what I mean? You got to find that healthy balance. Right.
But
you want to laugh.
Gets down like that though.
Well, I mean, hey, then you would have thought. And y'all should go shoot something together. That's a whole different conversation. Okay? Something that y'all going to laugh, but cuddle at the same time, okay? And we are cuddling, right? But listen, be patient, fellas. You go and get the hand gigs and neck platters and the buns at the end of the evening. So just be patient. Hug her, cuddle, kiss, and don't be too aggressive because it's going to come at the end of the night. You're going to get your 100 pumps in and you good. All right. So happy Valentine's Day, ladies.
Only 100?
100.
Oh, y'all don't keep count?
Oh. All right. I'm going to be honest.
That's not it?
You better say.
I don't know I just don't know where we go from there.
I thought she was about to give you
we've been hearing a lot about Ben's stories and
Heartfelt.
and some of the experiences he's had.
Okay.
Have either of you gentlemen had good or bad? Like, what was your best Valentine's Day voice?
So for me, I think the universal grade or age, right, is 3rd grade. So for me,
Wow, that's your best.
huh?
That was your best Valentine's Day in 3rd
No,
grade?
I'm not. I'm.
Oh
not
no, lead in. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, you stopped him.
Man, loosen your tie, bro.
Wow.
Wow,
You did. Yeah, I did that.
I'm not gonna argue with you.
So back to the 3rd grade story, right? So I think that was my first or my last, like my first initial memory of what a Valentine's Day was, and like initial moment that stood out there, right?
Okay.
So similar to Ben's story, though, I had a crush, right? Her name was
We dropped
Statue of
names.
Limitations. I mean, it's been a while.
Let's hear it.
Sarah.
Basic name.
he chose one of the most generic names.
It can be true or it cannot.
Right.
It's up to you.
Cannot confirm nor deny.
All right.
But nah, to that point, right? But I think, and as opposed to the negative impact that Ben suffered in the 3rd grade, right? I had more of a joyous moment, right? That's where I had my first kiss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I slid her the card, right?
Juicy.
A little extra sweet tart, right, man? So
Oh,
then, yeah, I gave her the card, man, and then we shared our first kiss at that moment. But we weren't even together.
oh, you
Yeah.
were you Ben's homie? Were you- okay.
It was for mine, man.
Right.
It was for a period.
So how does 3rd grade allow slide that Sesly boy? How do you get that kiss? Like what was that conversation? You just went in
That's
for it?
funny. Nah. So
Did you get consent?
It was ironic, right? So I'm gonna tell you exactly how it went down, right? It may be cheesy, may not be cheesy. It's an honesty moment, right? It's safe. It's safe space.
It's a safe space.
Right. So I gave her. We exchanged cards at lunch, right? In the cafeteria or whatever. Then we went back to the class, and then as we're sitting in the classroom, right? She's sitting across from me too, because she's like one of my. I guess in that grade we had 4 desks to a section or whatever. So I forgot. I accidentally dropped a pencil.
Oh, player.
Yeah. So I was
a
like,
player.
can you get that for me? I said, no, don't worry about it. And then we both went down at the same time. And then while the teacher was at the board, writing down the stuff.
Slick.
Yeah, I slid it in.
Wow.
During class. Oh,
During class, yeah. it was-
Fresh. You are fresh.
It was, yeah.
All right.
It was a joyous moment.
So as I'm listening to your story, something extremely disturbing happened. The cameraman decides that now's the time to apply his chapstick, and the way he did it, I'm sorry, it has nothing to do with what's going on now.
Right,
but I'm trying to stay on track. But
That bothered you.
it does.
Okay.
So
That bothered you.
for whatever it's worth,
Okay.
apply your chapstick either before recording or after.
Yikes.
We're trying to do a show here.
So Lee, have you had any Valentine fun? Well, let's ask this, right? What's the most you've spent on Valentine's Day
Man,
as a man?
what's the most I've ever spent? You're asking for a dollar amount?
I mean, yes, but you can incorporate time into that as well.
Okay. I would say
What's your biggest,
yeah.
experience?
I mean, I don't want to come off like that, but a couple grand.
Oh,
Hold on. For Valentine's Day?
USD
Yeah,
pesos.
So what you do for the birthday?
it's not
10
a
grand.
yeah,
My bad.
Yeah,
Christmas.
yeah, we're,
It's just
yeah,
another
we're not
day.
doing
It's
a
like-
cost.
So what was that
Hey,
experience?
just a couple of Harriet Tubmans.
What was that experience at a high level? What was that experience? Right.
Well,
You don't have to break it down. Was it like those MasterCard commercials? Baseball tickets, $20. Chapstick, $2.
no. I think similar to like you said with Christmas, right? I think Valentine's Day is a time where if you're looking to curate an experience, you're not thinking about money. Money is not necessarily the thing that's going to hold you back from trying to curate an experience.
Gotcha.
So in that regard, yeah, that's why. Yeah,
So was that just a gift, or was that the entire
it was an experience, right? It's a whole thing. So it's like almost a whole day, right?
Okay.
Because like I think we all click into a certain mindset and a different way of engaging, your lady on that day, and it starts from when you wake up. Maybe sending her a text that you may not normally send, saying some things,
the little tongue emoji or whatever.
Yeah, just a reminder, okay. Right? And then you proceed into like, hey, I don't want you to know what's going on. I just need you to be ready by, right? Got you. You did you buy you get the dress and have it delivered to the house type thing? I'm saying not necessarily, but that could be part of it, right? So you set up everything and you just, again, you curate the evening, right? You pick her up, you take her to the restaurant. So in particular, I recall her gift actually was in the passenger seat, and we went to a restaurant that required valet, so that when the car came around, her gift was... Oh, that's dope. Yeah, so the gift was in the passenger seat, so when she got in, that's when she actually saw her gift. So
take notes, young fellas. Take notes. Take notes.
The box.
So, just stuff like that, right? So you try to create the memory. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So it wasn't the money. It wasn't the money.
It was the experience.
It was the experience. Right. Absolutely.
That's a good note, good takeaway from these, these stories here. So we had a comment, we had a discussion, right? And I think this goes in line with the experience, right?
Right.
The flower conversation, right? I think we all purchase flowers, right?
Hold on, before I want you to do that. Right. Don't I always ask, like, hey, would you be upset if I was to get flowers from the guys in the middle?
Oh, on the
that
street.
Are in the middle.
Those are fresh though.
But the thing is, I was so to your point, I'm jumping ahead, but
metro station.
But I was told that no, I wouldn't be upset if you did that. So things that I'm thinking it's funny. Like, of course you wouldn't, but I was wrong. Right. I was wrong. So
yes, that is the question, right? Yeah. Do grocery store flowers count?
Yes, I love grocery store flowers. I mean, but no, because
why?
Well, you don't go to, because I frequently have gone to the grocery store. I'll put myself out there.
Okay. Do you at least take the sticker off?
Yeah.
Okay. You at least
take the barcode off that joint.
Okay.
You could cut the plastic.
I really do all the scratching and all that. But you go to the one that's in the case. Like, you don't go
the pre-made in the vase.
So, because there's levels to the grocery store flowers, right? There's the
top shelf.
There's the joints that been sitting in the water since Wednesday, and you pick them up on Saturday night,
right? And then they dead the next
at the
day.
bottom. They got the pack of food that doesn't work, right? And then you got the ones around the counter, right? That's like, so you got like $5.99
and all that. Yeah.
You got the $9.99, but then you open the refrigerator.
Now you do know you do have the option of taking those flowers to the counter and asking them to refresh that.
That's something I didn't know. So they can curate your own experience.
Yeah, so they can refresh those flowers, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? What are they snipping the buds and stuff like that?
Or they could make a combination that maybe was different. They could add a couple of things. They could add some accoutrement.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, so
it's the jacket.
It's the equivalent of like going to the freezer aisle or getting the fresh from the deli. Right. Okay.
So I guess obviously we don't have a female on this particular episode. I'd be interested to know if you receive flowers that are non-traditional, i.e. from a gas station. Right. From a middle,
but do they know non-traditional? How would they know though?
But do they know? That's what I'm saying. How would they know?
That's what
the plastic different. The plastic wrap different.
Make sure they look like their top shelf, floristic flowers and all that. So, I try and sprucing it up a little bit and
throw some water on it, jump little water petals on it.
I don't know if you were going here or not, but cards, right?
Yeah.
I'm a king of cards.
Okay. See, so how do you choose the right card?
Right.
What is the right card? Is it the message? What's the right card?
No, it's the message.
And message.
I mean, I spend time on cards because I fail with everything else. The card game is solid.
That's you.
Yeah. because you really do. You know, you go through the mahogany section.
You start there.
Hey, that's Monday.
You start there.
You got to start mahogany. Yeah, I see where you going.
And then you really looking. You know, you try and find something that has their little personality into the car.
Okay.
Or a little bit of yourself that you find into the car.
Mm-hmm.
And
the fact that you're doing what you're doing lets me know that you really put time.
Yeah, he
and effort
cares
into
about
that
that.
car.
The
That's
car
your
game
thing.
is the thing that I hit out the park every year.
Okay.
Everything else, nah.
You write when you're reading the messages. Are you writing your own?
That's what
fellas,
I was about to say.
Or
that.
are you letting the car do the talking?
See, for me, I'm more. I like my own words. I feel like because in that notion, right, I can appeal to what she knows and how much she knows that she means to me, right? Like I can interject my self thoughts and what I actually feel about her, right? And until Ben's mention about the actual cards itself, like the message still has precedence in the delivery, right? Because you still want to, like, in past, right? Like I've gotten cards with roses and stuff on the card and stuff like that. It looks great, right? And it has like a cool little 3-part stanza or whatever, right? But I make sure like the left side or the right side, whichever side it is, has open space for me to write my part in there.
Okay.
Because I still want her to know, like, I still gave it some thought, right? And I want to let you know how I feel about you, XYZ, and keep it moving. Because you still want to show that you gave it some thought, right? Because you don't want to see like, oh, it was a last minute thing. CVS is on the way home. Right. Let me get this real quick.
So I think what I've done consistently is something that her and I laughed about that we have found funny. I generally use that as an opportunity to kind of leverage that moment. So one thing that we found funny, we were watching a movie, and in the movie it said, I just want to grow old with you and eat with you at Applebee's. Oh, so her card just simply said, "Happy Valentine's Day. See you at Applebee's."
That's dope.
So that moment, reading that takes you back to like,
you on some real player-ish right now. You really showing off, yo. This wasn't what this show was about.
It's the jacket, dog.
Yeah, like
you didn't notice though. He unbuttoned it midway through the show, like, y'all, and now he's feeling himself.
Look, he's smiling. Look at you.
Look at him.
I'm me, man. I'm me.
Okay.
I'm just on my Diddy shit. Hey,
I'm simply being me.
And you're okay with not getting anything in return.
So that's where it goes
for Valentine's Day,
right?
I am. Yeah, I have been. Yeah, yeah. I'm fine with that.
Oh, you different.
What brings you to that?
What brings me to being okay with that?
Yeah.
I think I just I put stock into everything else that goes into a relationship. So I'm not gonna be, and no disrespect to anybody who is, but I'm not gonna be overly trivial about, not getting a gift on that day.
But on your birthday, she got to show off. When it's your time, you wanted to be.
And do you take that into consideration when the day comes when you should be gifted, that you went all out on Valentine's Day and you didn't really want anything in return, but you still dropped a couple stacks, a couple Ks?
Man, it's interesting because I have moments when I want something, and then I have a lot more moments where I'm not really overly concerned with it.
Okay. And I think that's the mantra with Valentine's Day.
But that has become over time, right? Because like eventually, man, and this is the other part of the question, right? When you're together for a long time, whatever that is to somebody, you begin to start running out of gift ideas.
True story.
So especially if you have, children. So now you're talking about an anniversary. You're talking about a birthday, Valentine's Day,
right?
A birthday, an anniversary, and depending upon how into it you are, you could be celebrating multiple anniversaries, right?
Like
we're talking about
first date,
right?
All that stuff, yeah.
We're talking about Christmas,
right? Of
course. So yeah, I mean, you're already talking about at a minimum 4 days in which a year that you have to like go out of your way to just show how you feel about a person. Not to say that that's difficult, but it can become a little difficult from a gift perspective to constantly year after year, right? So I mean, do you look to beat your best, or are you looking to do your best.
And see, that's a good point, because I know myself. I'm a competitor I have a problem. Like I'm a competitor in everything I do. So when it comes to gift giving, like every year I'm trying to outdo myself. And then you get to a point you're like, yo, whoa.
You just start over at that point.
But you've already set precedents. So since you've already set the precedents, like
that's what I think I said this before on last season though. My dad always told me, it's stages to how much you show in the beginning, right? Because if you go all out in the beginning, pull out the rolls or pull out whatever it is to go to whatever 5-star restaurant, like you got to keep that going. Yeah.
Right? But I think that's when you do the most impressing, though, right?
See, you got to be careful though, but you still got to be careful, because at the end of the day, you can't. And this is for me, right? Like you can't. I don't try to put and this is what my dad also taught me too. Don't put your hat where you can't reach it.
Okay.
Don't hang your hat. Well, sorry. Don't hang your hat where you can't reach it, right? Because the thing is, like, because you want to, like, to your point, wow and pizzazz her, right? Yeah. But at the same time, can I keep this up, right?
But this is a good time to maybe interject the fact that and I go back and forth with this thought, right? Now executing it becomes a little difficult, but the intent to always impress. Always want to impress. And that goes both ways, but it's guys talking, right? We get so caught up in being the providers at times, right? That I think that maybe, and I'm not trying to sound like that guy, but we're just talking, right? I see where you're going. That sometimes we lack in wanting to impress. And to your point, Valentine's Day is generally a time to impress again, right? So you're going to do the whole, I'm going to remind you why I'm that guy, right? Because we don't have the same, because I'm not chasing you per se, right? We don't have the same opportunities to continuously do that. So now the stage is set for me to do that. And I'm going to take full advantage of it. Now, the question I have is me saying that is to say, why is that, right? What is the difficulty in cultivating that energy more often? Purely from a guy's perspective, not that you need it to be provoked. How do we generate that energy to do that?
And that's my whole notion.
Is it possible?
That's tough.
That's another question. Is it possible?
It is possible to an extent, right?
Every day?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like it's possible to an extent, but also you got to set a realistic expectation for yourself to be able to reach that obligation though, because you can't say that you said every day, right? Because you and this is my thoughts about Valentine's Day in general, right? Like I understand the concept of it, right? And for guys or significant others that are so busy throughout the year, right? They need almost like a reminder, like a gut check. Hey, February 14th coming up. Like if you don't have anything,
if you don't do anything all year,
this one day, right?
You got to show me.
You got to do that and show it. And I get that, right? But then also, like to what we spoke earlier, marketing, money is a money grab, right? So I get that aspect of it, but also too, it goes to show that, hey, do I only wait for 1 year or 1 day a year to show how much I appreciate you? So, and to that point about saying every day, not every day, because obviously if you can, push forward to it, right? But at the same token, still, I think, and this is guys talking too, right? And I'm only speaking from experience. Try to be intentional about the moments when you do that. And I think you spoke to that earlier. Like you show forth your acknowledgement and appreciation for her on random days or whatever the case is. You got to be intentional about it, because every day is a stretch.
So let me challenge that thinking, right? And this is, I don't want to say I'm being transparent, but what if you come to feel that some of those gestures are, not appreciated, right? Because say you are the guy who buys flowers often, or you are the guy who, sends the, hey babe, I love you text, or whatever the case is, right? At some point, that just becomes the standard, so it's not impressive anymore. Yeah. So if you do those things on this day, how do you compete with yourself throughout the year, or how do you combat kind of that the day to day?
So the caveat to his question, I believe, and don't let me step on your question, is if you do these things and they're not received or they're not responded to or taken into account, how do you bounce back from that? Because as men, right, we're very sensitive to those things. I think every man on earth is sensitive to rejection.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Third grade, seventh grade.
No matter how small or how big the rejection is, every man is sensitive to rejection no matter what. Right. So you have these gestures in which you, to your point, you've done these things and they're not taken into account because on Valentine's Day, you're like, well, man, all this month I've been doing this, I've been doing that, and so now you don't do it on this particular day to that degree.
You almost become jaded, right?
And you
hate the holiday. You're like,
and then it even affects your normal pattern of doing all those other things because you're like, man, I just want you to appreciate the fact that I did all this other stuff too. Because though we're not taking count,
we're taking count.
Because we remember.
You're taking count.
Yeah.
Right.
You remember that specific day in third.
You absolutely remember. So
definitely taking count.
Yeah. So now the question is like, do you talk about that? I guess that's where you're going, right? Do you say something?
You have to.
Do you say to your, okay, back to you, right? And this is not on you, but so in the moments that you felt whatever you felt, right? Did you explicitly say, and I'm not even joking, like, and feel free to, right? But did you explicitly express your disappointment?
I think, in the past, this is years ago.
Right.
Nah. But now, that wouldn't apply to me now.
Right.
Okay. It's definitely much more of a reciprocal type of
That's good.
thing now.
Is that for you as well? Because you said, right, you're on the record saying that Valentine's Day ain't that's not your swag. Have you also taken account and stepped your Valentine's Day game up?
Lately? No.
Okay, fair enough. So not to dive deep, would you be willing as us as a collective, right? Are we willing to up our game for Valentine's Day?
Oh, that's good. It's like a challenge. Right?
Yeah, like are we willing to up our games for Valentine's
in
Day?
our respective?
Right, in our respective.
Okay,
yeah, because
I'm not.
Because
I don't got a jacket like you.
We're all
I can't do that.
We're all a part of. We're all a part of this conversation, right? So as men, are we?
Is it like a blood pack right now?
No, I'm just asking. I'm asking like so the audience to like let's flood these comments with suggestions.
I got you.
Yeah, right.
Man,
So let's use our comments as a point of reference. So if you don't have any ideas, maybe you've scrolled through the comments, and you find something that'll work for you.
We'll be sure to do a PSA on that at the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think actually, yes, this podcast, this conversation has inspired me to step my game.
Yeah, I gotta do
some
better.
stuff.
I gotta do better because I'm trash.
Okay.
I'm trash.
Okay. But you're owning that.
I am. I know who I am.
Yeah.
I got a dope idea. I think I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it.
For some reason, I just envision you like.
Nah, nothing wild, nothing crazy. It's
you want me to tell you what I think?
Yeah, I mean, you brought it up
too.
For some reason,
let's say the fry session.
For some reason, I see you pulling the Omarion in the rain.
Oh,
like hitting her with the
little toe spin.
Yeah. No, because
with that same sweater on, he has to keep that.
Yeah. Icebox. Yeah. So I think I'm just giving you ideas, suggestions.
Okay. I did. My brother, right? Segue and transitioning a little bit. My brother, he lives in Ohio.
Okay.
And he always, every year around October, in October, 16th, October 16th, he celebrates what they call Sweetest Day.
Sweetest Day. Okay.
So it's a
sweetest.
Okay.
EST.
It's some history behind that. Historical reference to like candy manufacturers or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But basically, it's a day, or it's become a day for women to essentially show their love for their significant others, their men, right?
Okay.
And it's the same. It's essentially Valentine's Day for dudes, right? So he doesn't put too much stock into this conversation. He'll be like, oh no, I'll go all out on V-Day. because I know
your day's coming
in October.
It's coming around.
My time is here, and or vice versa, right? Like however he's treated in October, he essentially gives that same love right in February, right? Because that's how that works, right?
And that's crazy, man. Because like to that point when you brought it up, like I've heard of it before, probably once or twice in years past, right? But I've like to the extent of what Valentine's Day is, and obviously probably in the Midwest, like you said, your brother is
I know
bigger out
it's
there,
heavy
right?
out there, right?
But bro, I mean, it's fellas in the East Coast and the West Coast. We need this day, yo. Like, and it's crazy that it's not as big as Valentine's.
It's never going to be as big.
So you're saying something that, and again, I think that was the whole point in having this particular conversation. You said because we need that day.
Because Valentine's Day is indirectly, it's supposed to be a couple's day, but it's geared towards because of
women,
production and marketing.
But I think to your point, like how we started this, and again back to what you said, I think that men have a difficult time expressing the fact that they need or want that reciprocation.
Because you don't want to seem so. You don't like, man, I'm good. But at the end of the day,
but to that point,
honesty,
closed mouths don't get fed.
But to that point,
money don't make no money.
I always heard one of my older uncles said, if you can't be soft for your lady, then who you gonna be soft for? Right?
Talk that talk.
So you get challenging, like and like I say, I'm just trying to add
that's
a little,
facts.
right?
That's 100% fact.
And I'm saying these things as somebody who probably needs to probably needs to take some
take the jacket off.
Not vulnerable.
You gotta take the jacket off. That crushed.
He's killing that jacket.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm talking so much about it because I need my version of that jacket.
So yeah, man. I mean,
as he put his
L does the jacket look nice on the camera?
I think it does. You all right, man. You look good, man.
Yeah, look at him, dog.
He's self-conscious.
No, I mean, I'm just asking. I'm not asking that way. I'm just.
It's too late, man. You said it 3 times, so you had to ask that way.
Post form.
Look at him, dog. It's like,
since you have the camera on you,
right?
Let's pose those questions that we were asking.
Hey, ask the audience.
Get some ideas from our partners in pod on what we should do for Valentine's Day.
Please, I need
solicit responses. There you go. This is your plea.
Fellas, what are you planning on doing for your lady for Valentine's Day? How important is that day not only to her but also to you? This is your opportunity to get that off. And what are your plans? Does that pretty much cover it?
Yeah, don't give out the juice though. I mean, you can give us a high level of value because you don't want she may be listening and say, hey,
right, and don't forget playlist.
Hey,
currently on YouTube.
You need that, yeah.
So if you need a
volume 2,
so if you need a point of reference,
hit up Southside.
NRG. And we still got to put together our playlist.
So send those comments in the comment, or send those and put them in the comment box below. We need some ideas on what to do for Valentine's Day.
I need all of them.
How do you treat your lady? Ladies, how would you treat your man? Shoot, like what's a good Valentine's Day gift that you would give to your man?
Yeah.
And this is disrespect, but no disrespect.
Again, these views.
The P doesn't count, right?
I knew you were
That's
doing
not
that.
all. We need more than that, because if it's the P, then the D counts too, right? We need a little more than that. What would you do for your man? What's a good gift for Valentine's Day? Did I spice it up enough?
I think you did.
Caliente.
I think you did. So on that note, again, we would like to welcome you to the Sexiest Show on Podcast.
Isn't it beautiful?
Podways, feel free to add the vocals.
Do.
Wow.
Sing them if you got them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh. In the midnight. We don't know where this is going.
Well, wait a minute. I saw a body roll. That's it. Hey, and on that note,
hey, man, one thing for sure.
2 things for certain.
3ThePodWay.
Yum.
Yuck.
We out of here.
Yeah.
Y'all take it easy. Happy Valentine's Day.
Shout out to the ladies.